I won't even bring them up. And the most interesting thing I think of is the little town of New Ulm, 15,000 people. There has been 8 people inducted from New Ulm now.
Wow.
And Harold Luffenmacher, Whoopi John, Fez Fritchie, my brother Paul, 2012, Cliff Hermel, Elmer Scheid, Dave Wagner, and myself.
Cool.
So I think that's quite a feat. So, okay, other people that you maybe recognize they are inducted. Florian Shimoleski. Florian just passed away here this summer, and he played Minnesota very strong, even though he was from the Iron Range. So another gentleman that probably is one of the kings to polka music, Polish style, Eddie Blanchek. And Eddie's band, Eddie's dead, but he was out of Chicago area. Another one is Frankie Yankovic. I'm sure everybody remembers Frankie Yankovic. Another gentleman that makes his way to New Ulm for Bavarian Blast is Alex Meister.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I do not see his dad on here, Al Meister. Should be on here. Yeah, his dad ran a band out of Pennsylvania for years. We played opposite him. Another one that was always on TV years ago, Dick Rogers Band.
Oh, yeah.
Dick Rogers was out of Pulaski, Wisconsin. Okay, Ted Lang, Ohio boy, Molly B's husband. He's been inducted. Steve Meisner. Steve and his dad, Al Meisner, had been inducted. That's from the Milwaukee area. And they were a Slovak band. Very good band, all both of them. Molly B, we know of Molly. Another friend of ours, dear friend, Gary Brigham. He lives in that La Crosse area. Here's a gentleman that I know has been inducted, Fred Swick. And Fred is from the Ohio area. He plays with a lot of bands. He has played with our group already. A dear friend of mine was inducted here in 16. We went to his induction ceremony in Buffalo, New York. Dean Hansen. Next gentleman got a St. George connection. He was married to Marv Nessel's daughter, Craig Evil. He's an inductee. Nebraska band, Matt Schledke, just a lifetime friend. He lived down in Lincoln, Nebraska. Played opposite Matt a lot. Ray Dorschner played opposite Ray's band, the Rainbow Valley Dutchman. There, what a wonderful group that was. Bill Zerniak, him and his dad. Trying to see what his dad's name was again. They're both inducted though. They played Polish. They were from Duluth area, and I got to know Bill, and I got a nice letter from his wife here a couple of months ago for the induction ceremony, and Bill kind of died from alcohol. So, and Myron Florin, everybody knows Myron. Lived with Lawrence Welk. Yeah. So, and Lenny Gomoka, another prominent Polish band. Probably don't know the name. Was originally out of Chicago. He moved to the out east here in Pennsylvania, Connecticut, and just to get more work. And he's going to be one of the bands playing there. Joe Wachevic, he was a polka promoter out of Green Bay. Another name you maybe heard of is Jimmy Sturr.
Oh, yeah.
He's from New York. He's on TV on RFD here every week. So, Walter Kostanek. He's the Canadian polka king up there. He's the Frankie Yankovic to Canada. So, another name you maybe can remember is Ray Stolzenberg. Paul, you remember Ray, I bet. And he was one of the biggest reason he got in here. He was a board member of the IPA. So he didn't travel the United States that much. He did a good job in southern Minnesota. Lawrence Welk, he's in. So Tommy Brzezinski. Tommy was a good friend of ours, a heck of a gentleman, ran a Polish band, played opposite Tommy Brzezinski a lot. Nice little story about, we played opposite Tommy and his band 2 weekends in a row. The first weekend we were down in Davenport, Iowa, playing the ballroom down there. And Tom with his Polish band, he just bombed out. He just didn't get the first base. Nobody cared for the Polish. A week later, we played the Bell Ray Ballroom in Brighton, and Tommy was there again. Tommy went over real good, and we bowed out. We didn't do good at all. So that seems like this Polish and this Bohunk music is worse than polka music and rock and roll. So, next gentleman that's on my list, Cousin Fuzzy. And didn't get the opportunity to play opposite Cousin Fuzzy in the 70s before he passed away. So, and then Uncle Ozzy took his band over. Don't think Uncle Ozzy is a member of the IPA. Don Peachy. He's been running a band for over 60 years out of Wisconsin. Next gentleman from California, we had the opportunity to play against him a lot, Gary Siebert. He was from Sacramento, California. We played with him in California, Iron World, tip of Texas, San Angelo, Texas. Got to know him real good. Here's a Bohemian band, German band, Hank Haller from the East out here. Great band. I think Hank is not with us no more. And another gentleman, Johnny Karras. He's a side man on Jimmy Sturr Band. Jerry Gage out of Wausau, Wisconsin. And we got to know Jerry real good, not through polka music as much as the traveling business. Jerry Gage had a close connection to Intertrav Corporation, and we did too. And we did a lot of traveling together, like overseas. The one year we went over to Germany, we had 200 people with us. Jerry Gage had 350. We were 550 people strong.
Oh, wow.
And everything worked good. Every bus was their own individual tour. So, next gentleman, Ernie Kuchera. Talk about a lifetime friend. There was one. And Dean Hansen played with Ernie for many years. For you people in southern Minnesota that love to go to polka music, every Labor Day weekend he was at the Park Ballroom in New Prague. So every Sunday night of Labor Day. John Check Band. John Check had a polka band, and he also had a big band, modern band. And they were out in that Green Bay area. So Al Grepnik, another Nebraska band that we played opposite. Walt Roller, another Canadian band. So a band that was there before our playing time. We ran a radio show down in Iowa. Was Lauren Stuko. People remember that. probably the band that meant the most to us that was inducted was Barb Herzog, 1979. So remember that real well. And another band that was gone before we started playing would be Romy Gods. Romy Gods. So those are the bands that, you know, I'm aware of, and you maybe heard of them being from the Midwest.